welcome to Mama Mosey Tarot. Here at the Alley Man's Tarot. Back to the basics, I guess. We're going to get a quick read in, see what it is you need to know. Any messages you may need to hear that you may have missed. Okay, that is whatever. The Builder. So there are systems in your life that you're taking part in, whether you want to admit it or know it or not. And then getting stuck in the sadness of just looking for pleasure and shallow connections. That's not going to leave a lasting impression, and there is somebody that wants something more, especially with this lone and level sands. This is a reminder that everything goes back to dust at the end, and that the connections that you make, I think you're kind of living your life by that. And then you've got the Seven of Cups here, which is just like, I've got all these fucking choices. Why would I pick just one? Because you're hopeful and you need a balance. There's a Justice card here, so this is, something is out of balance here, and you know you need to balance it. And I think you're approaching love in a very naive way, naive but hopeful here. And then the Ten of Wands. This isn't going to be an easy burden, but this is not a burden that you have to carry with you. Moving from relationship to relationship to relationship is a choice. It's a different burden. They're both burdens in both in one way or another. This is something that you have to choose to take. You can't just be like, oh, well, I have to do this, and I don't want to do that. So, and then Tikpatakutli, the King of Flint and Steel. There is a truth you know here. But you have to accept it. You have to say, okay, well, I want to do this. I want to pick this basket up, this specific basket. Pick it up joyfully. Craft the basket lovingly. If you have to you get what I'm trying to say here. If you choose this burden willingly and happily, and approach it that way. You're gonna have, and I knew she was gonna come out, the Queen of Ravens. She was popping up since I started shuffling. There are issues with control here. You need to stop that. You need to be a quick and efficient judge of things. You don't need to worry about the look of if somebody else is in control over you. What you need to worry about is if things are getting done, things are happening, and progress is being made. There's a time for showing your ass later. This is not it. If you want to do this, if you want to pick this up, you have to pick it up knowing how heavy it's going to be. And you have to be able to tell yourself, like, recognize when you yourself are being a little bitch and trying to set it down when you don't need to just yet, you know? You've got some very serious control issues that you're going to have to address and get over. And you've got another, almost every time that the Lord of Flint and Steel comes out, Tikpatakutli, I get this King of Swords as well. This is a sort of malaise, like you were inserted here instead of wanting to rule this. With this Hanged Man here, you might be good at starting relationships, keeping them going, keeping people interested in, but when you get to the depth of certain things, you can't keep it up. There's things in you, like these control issues, that you should address if you find yourself running from deep connection. And that's what it's looking like here. But your mind is 100% strong enough to get past your own issues, and you know that. You have the Hierophant right here, but this is a good Hierophant. This is the one that is granted divine knowledge, does it, and knows that it's not from them, and needs to, side note, needs to acknowledge the fact that it is not something that they learned. It is just something that they know from a different higher source. Call it intuition. But this is something that you know. You know that you can do this. And it might be for some of you that you just don't feel like putting yourself through the discomfort of it because you feel fine enough right now. The world. Yeah, you're getting the things that you want, the things that you're setting your sights on, but it's all shallow. It's all hollow. When you get it, you realize how hollow and shallow it is, and how it's not everything you thought it would be. It's not going to fix this certain problem. It's not going to fix that problem. It's just going to put a band-aid over things while the things continue to bleed through. You've really got to fix this. Oh, but okay, good. So you have help coming in. Now this Magician specifically, I know the Magician can be about shady people, or it can be about working, manifesting, and getting things your way. But this card specifically is about, it's a good indicator of help coming. Now it does lean towards help in scholarly pursuits, but hey, you're learning about yourself, and you're learning how you have control issues and how to stop them. You have obstacles, but you have everything, literally with this picture, you have everything in hand. You have everything in hand to do this. Like I said, you're strong enough, you have the will, and you have the mental acuity to get it done as well. So let's see if there's anything else you need to know. And I saw the Page of Curses. It's not really a focus here, but make sure that you're not looking for bad things to happen, or that you're looking for excuses for yourself to drop this little basket here. Oh, it's too heavy. Oh, I have a splinter. Don't do that shit. You know you, and you know how strong you are. And you know how much you can push yourself. Page of Wands. So Page of Wands is kind of just moving, jumping in with a plan, or without a plan, really. It's like a naive, fiery action, just jumping in, feet first, head first sometimes. It's movement, though. It's just about the action. And then out of fear. Don't act out of fear. If you just act without making a plan, if you're just like, okay, I'll do it in this next relationship, that's not going to work. You need to figure out what it is in you specifically that needs addressing. It's not just going to be, oh, my control issues need addressing. How? How do you have control issues? Do you have control issues in the sense that you don't like to let other people do anything because you're so afraid of fucking up that you only trust yourself to do things, to get things done right, because you have a fear of failure? That's a way to have control issues. Other ways is control issues. You just like to tell people what to do because you think you know what's best for them. Either way, and you might do a lot of talking too. My jaw just popped here. You might do a lot of talking, and especially talking and convincing of to yourself. So we got, what is this, hope? I can't get back there. There's a giant toolbox here, and that card just flew, and it was hope in reverse. So, hold on. This is not going to be easy. The fact that the hope card came out in reverse and then flew to an area where I had to move a bunch of things and also knock a bunch of things down to get to this card specifically, you are going to be, and especially with this, what the fuck is that? I think that's fire death. This is going to be painful. There's going to be a lot that needs to get torn down, reshaped, moved. Good news though, High Priestess, okay? This is the key. There are going to be, you have to go through a very, very dark tunnel coming up ahead, okay? With the fact that hope came out in reverse, it is that as you go on this path, it is going to look again like you are going to fail and fail and fail and fail and fail. Every avenue you try, it's going to feel like you're going to fail. But what you need to do is always, always, always look for the light, okay? Look for the light as long as you need it. Even if you can't see it, know that it is there. You are going to feel buried. Heads up, okay? But you have the strength, you have the knowledge, and you have the connection. The universe has put this in place for you to make this journey, expansion, movement, growth. That's what all this is. You can do this. You are not put into certain situations that you cannot handle, all right? Ask for help if you need it. Do not lose hope. You are 100% strong enough for this. And you're smart enough as well. This is going to be a whole brand new road for you after that. After you get through this, brand new journey. And then the last round came out. So this is kind of indicative of a silver bullet. You know what you need to do. You know the direction you need to start. But again, with this Page of Wands here, this led to a lot of change. So there is change with this path as well if you just go straight to action without making a plan. There is change there as well. But going through, like I was just talking about, going through this, if you do this without a plan. Hold on, let me see something. Okay. So if you plan with this, there is a very real chance that you're going to get stuck. You're going to get stuck on something. In making this plan, it's going to be something that you kind of hyper-fixate on. Just keep an eye out for that, all right? Make sure you're not hyper-fixating. Make sure you're just keeping a balance. As much as you can. You're being buried under this change. This is the Two of Discs. This is change. This is money changing hands into something else. This is change. But this is also choice. In choosing to change, in embracing this change, in choosing to see it for what it is, something to make you, to help you in life, to put you in a better position maybe. if you look at it as something that you have chosen, even as hard as it gets, it will make it a little bit easier, I think. And then the bottom of the deck, we've got the Lovers. This is, usually I don't say this card is for romance because it is a card of connection and understanding and knowing. And that's there too for some of you. There's just a true knowing of yourself and who you are and how to love and connect with another person. But for some of you, there is an actual person at the end of this. That is the goal here for some of you. And this is a soulmate. Depending on how you view it, this is just your other half, kind of. Not necessarily twin flame, but somebody who fully recognizes you and fully accepts you, and somebody who you can do the same for after you've gone through all of this bullshit. Okay, whole new world. Coming up. Page of Cups. Now, this is usually fish love, but it's in this sense, with the way the pages are laid out here and the way the rest of the cards are, this is new love. This is a new type of love that you need to, you see how he's so focused on that cup? He's got something else in his hand over here and he's just walking, but he's focused on not spilling that cup. You're gonna have to focus here a little bit. This is gonna be new for you, but I think it's gonna be beautifully new, okay? I know you can do this. You got this. I hope this helped. Love you.